Hello and welcome to the co-op course. When you log into our course, this will be our home page that you will be brought to. There are some few things that I'd like to point out to you to help you navigate the course and find this a little bit of an easier task. When your teacher wants to notify you of anything new in the course, something that's upcoming, important videos that they might want to post, the news section is probably where this is going to take place. It will be updated by your teacher regularly. Another important place to be looking regularly is the important documents. This is kind of a quick link to some of the things that you might require in the course. Your time tracker sheet, for instance. This will be updated, the co-op calendar, a special occasion form that you might be required to use during your co-op placement, your weekly log sheets, that sort of thing. I'd like to also point out some things at the top here. The content section, when you click on content, you will be brought to the page that you'll probably be working at the most. And I'll come back later to explain it, but the content basically goes through all of the assignments that you will be required to do for the course. Okay, like I said, I'll come back to that later on. I have put in a assignment completion checklist. There will be links to each of your assignments here. Once you've completed an assignment, it may be helpful for you to check off that you've completed it. This will give you a visual as to where you are in the course and how much more that you are required to do. As well, another important feature is our Dropbox section. This is where you will be placing your assignments when you are ready to submit them to your teacher. You can either come directly to the Dropbox to submit your work, and when you do that, it'll actually look a little bit different for you. But when you're in the Dropbox section, you can do it from there, or there are links as well after each of your assignments in your content section. So those are the main things that I'd like to go over. So back to the home screen by clicking up here at the top. And I'd like to now go into the content section. So content section, you will start with the pre-placement section. There is a brief introduction that you might want to view. The pre-placement section, starting with lesson 1. You will click on lesson 1. There, I have put a printable content, so if you find it easier to read your lessons rather in a hard copy format rather than on the screen, you can go to printable content and it will open up a document for you, which is exactly like what you'll see on the website as well. Okay, so that would be your first assignment page. If you are reading directly from the website, this is what it would look like. So you would read through the content of the lesson. You would then do the assignment that is required of you. Like I said before, there is a link to each of the drop boxes that you can click on, and an assignment completion checklist that I talked about before. So once you're done, you can check off that you've completed the first lesson. Now I'm going to do it in a student view so that you can see what things would look like when you go to the Dropbox. Click here onto the Dropbox. Okay, it will give you the rubric for the lesson. Okay, so you can take a look there. And this is how you would simply submit your work. So you would go add file. It would be from your computer. You would go to upload. You would find the file that you wish to submit. So if it was a lesson 1 assignment, sorry, it's taking a little bit longer. There we go. Oh, sorry about that. look here, I'll try this. So if you found a document that you had saved and you want to submit it, you would click open, and it would load the document. If you have more than one document, you'll be able to upload another one and submit multiple ones. You simply click on Add to the Dropbox, which you'll see appear here, and then you would click on Submit. Okay, so it's fairly easy to Dropbox your work once you have completed it. There are 5 units in the course. The first one is pre-placement. Pre-placement requires you to complete all of these assignments before moving on to your actual placement. And then once you're in your placement, this section becomes very important because this houses all of your log sheets for each of the weeks. So when you click on log sheet, it looks like this on the website. So what you'll need to do is go to your download at the bottom here. And once you download it, it'll open up in a document form, and that's what your weekly log sheet would look like. I suggest that you print these out and fill them out by hand, take a picture of them or scan them and submit them in digital format to your teacher. Okay. That's pre-placement. The next section, now this should be done at the same time that you're submitting your log sheets every 2 weeks. You should do a lesson every 2 weeks. So the first weeks at work, is a journal reflection. This is what a reflection is. And this one, you'll be discussing your first weeks at work. Okay, so you could either start with a starter of the past 2 weeks I've been doing this, my interview with my employer went well, and that sort of thing. All the rubric is attached so you know how you are going to be evaluated. The next section I'd like to take a look at is the integration section. In the integration section, again, this is to be completed every 2 weeks. So when you complete your first set of log sheets, you should also be working on your first set of journals and your first integration lesson. If you continue with the schedule of every 2 weeks working on these 3 things each time, you will be able to complete the course successfully in the time period allotted. So, in this section, you're going to be looking at creating your own personalized placement learning plan. We're going to learn a little bit more about the Human Rights Code and our rights as workers. We're going to look at changes to labor market, changing roles of women and men in the workplace, and finally creating your own Ontario Skills Passport work plan, which will help in the evaluation by your employer. So again, you will simply go into the lesson. We have the printable link. This is the assignment that you're going to be required to do. Read through it, complete the assignment, submit it, and click on your assignment completion checklist. And your summative task for this course, normally we'll have a career fair. For this course, we are going to allow you to create your own slideshow, which would be very much like presenting at a work fair in normal circumstances. So I hope this helped you a little bit, give you an overview of the course, and please always contact your teacher by email or by phone if you should have any questions about the course. Thanks.